Greetings everybody and welcome to this Normie channel. If you're new, please like, subscribe, and share my content as it helps the channel grow greatly. Don't forget to hit that notification button as I have videos that drop every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 3 a.m. PST. Today we're going to be talking about Henry Cavill has the most popular series streaming on Netflix, The Witcher. And this is kind of my thoughts and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm going to do a real review of it. Stuff like that. There seems to be a lot of mixed opinion about the show and stuff, but in all honesty, I thought season 2 was far better than season 1 and stuff. I thought season 1 was really confusing and kind of all over the place. I know they were kind of like time jumping and all this stuff and all that, but there was a lot of growth in regards to so many of the great characters that are in this world, and I really can't wait for season 3 now and all that. But Henry Cavill's newest Netflix series is currently crushing it on the streaming rankings. The Witcher is officially the most popular series on streaming this week, with plenty of people tuning in to see Cavill bring the beloved book and video game series to life. The Witcher was hugely popular first go-around, so it's not a huge shock to see it topping the streaming charts. And also, too, I might add, too, as well, is that I thought it was really well done, period. Again, The Witcher follows Henry Cavill's character, Geralt of Rivia, who is a witcher, also known as a monster hunter. In the world of the show, witchers are essentially monster hunters for hire that go through various mutations to become strong enough to take down the prey. In Season 1 of The Witcher, there was plenty of twisting and turning in timelines, which some viewers critiqued. If you want to do a quick catch-up before, all this, I don't want you to, I'm not going to do any spoilers or anything, but I am going to buy the books because somebody said the books are really, really good. I'm really starting to get into a lot of reading because I've got some time on my hands at work lately and stuff like that, so I'm trying to set aside time to read. So I'm kind of reading a lot of different stuff right now. So I'm not reading like just one book. And also, too, I've got another one, too, I've got to tell you all about, too. You have Geralt, the Witcher. You have his Princess Ciri, who is bound to Jetri through something called the Laws of Surprise, and Yennefer, who is a powerful sorceress. And I kind of like all of them and stuff like that. You've got Ciri, who has gone through actually more training in, I would say, 3 or 4 episodes than we ever got with Rey in Star Wars and stuff like that. And actually seeing her fail at things and having to be corrected and evolving as a person and not being this all you-know-it-all, but this more like a teenager, thinking that they know it all, or they're determined to learn it and be the best that they can because she wants to protect herself, which at times in the show she wants to become a witcher herself, but that's not her destiny. And Gerald knows that, and stuff like that. And we get a lot of intrigue we get to the Witcher's like castle. We get to see other Witchers. We see other Witchers die and come back and stuff like that. And we get this kind of not monologue, but just some real character building between all the characters in Season 2. And, the Witcher sees, Princess Ciri fleeing to Gerald's childhood home. Princess Ciri is being hunted down by Nefgarian Empire, so Gerald is one who ends up having to take care of her. In Season 1 final, Yennefer is seemingly killed in the Battle of Sodden, so Gerald is taking her to the only place he feels safe, which is the Hall of the other Witchers and stuff like that, and they're all kind of coming together during winter time and all this. It's kind of cool and stuff like that. You get this like father figure of all the Witchers and his difficulty and guilt of creating these Witchers and the way of going about it. You kill more than you actually create and all this stuff. It's kind of cool the way they did it. So, who you see a younger version of and in Netflix animated sequels, The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf. Needless to say, Geralt will likely have a lot of work to do in Cersei's Suri's safety and find out what unique power she possesses that makes her such a wanted target, which is done so well in season 2 as well. Along with the topping of the Netflix charts, if you can actually believe it, Rotten Tomato actually gave it a real score of 94% audience and critics approval, basically. This is especially impressive considering the second season fighting some review bombs. Apparently some book fans are not too happy with some creative changes the show made to source material, but overall the audiences tend to be pretty good with it. There's a lot of naysayers out there too as well in regards to season 2 and stuff, people that I follow on YouTube and stuff like that, and you know, they hadn't even watched it yet too as well, and so my review's a little bit late, but nonetheless, I think that season 2 was very well done. In fact, the score for season 2 is much better than the reaction to season 1. See? Which is sitting at about 68% to 94%. Many people had problems with season 1's convoluted timelines. That was my problem. They have felt like the world could have been fleshed out a little more, and Geralt could have been given more lines. One thing that everyone agreed on is that Henry Cavill is a great Geralt of Rivia, and that the monster design and some of the fantasy elements are solid. Season 2 seems to address some of the fan complaints with more monsters, no timeline jumps, and more lines for Cavill. Netflix is definitely going to want to keep Henry Cavill around if they want to continue making seasons of The Witcher, which I believe they are. Fans of the video game, fans of books, and people who are just watching the show in their universe agree that Cavill is the right man for the role. It definitely doesn't hurt that he has a deep, abiding love for the source material himself. And I've heard, too, that he has actually been insistent on changing things to ensure that source material is kept. You know, I mean, he can only do so much, but you know what? I appreciate that. He's a geek like all of us. He brings a lot of passion to the role, and he wants to make sure he shows a version of the character that is true to the fan desire, since he is a big fan himself. He mentioned that he wants season 3 to follow the books more closely. If you're a fan of the fantasy, The Witcher is definitely worth catching up with and checking out. It's solid fantasy series with frightening monsters, good acting, and world building. Imagine that. World building, Hollywood. And if you're a fan of Henry Cavill in general, this is just one of the strongest roles he's ever been in. I've got to say, too, Yennefer and Suri and stuff like that, all that I thought was well done, too, this season and stuff like that. And it seems like the fans are pretty on board, majority-wise, and stuff like that. But let me know what you think down below. Did you like season 2? Did you like season 1 more? I thought the season 2 was far better. Due to the convoluted timelines and all that stuff that really kind of screwed me up. And I wasn't really a lore person or a fan, but I'm going to get the books and I'm going to start reading them too as well. But let me know what you think down below. Take care, everybody. Peace out.